Hello. It's a Sunday. More time for Kyodai. It's also really hot. What's going on, John? What's going on, Goopy? What's on, Trolls? It's Sky. Yeah, it's really hot. And just for you guys, I only have the ceiling fan on. That way you don't hear the wind tunnel through the microphone. So let's see. We'll see if we can go like our usual length. If it becomes unbearable, I may turn on the fan, and you guys, may have to just bear with it. But yeah.
I could use a little help down there, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, it is that time of the year. Well, it's also because it's only been this really hot. It hasn't been like this hot. Things like this week has started where it's been really bad. So, but yeah, we'll see. I've been dealing with it for a while now, so it is what it is. Okay, we have that going. Yeah, technically, this weather's for all those people who be like, it hasn't been like summer. Well, now I don't hear none of you complain because now it's been summer. So,
Por ahí viene Kendall Jenner, The Wish.
oh, summer apparently this summer is supposed to be one of the worst. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think we had snowed at all actually. But we'll see because global warming and whatnot. All right, so yeah, we never got to actually finish submitting this quest. But yeah, we're at our thing. Oh wait, there's something. Something does sound like it's missing the audio for the actual game. What's going on, CB? Let's see. There you go. Chilling, I'm doing the opposite of chilling. I'm melting. It do be hot. I was so to expect the sign, but I didn't expect it to be you. It has been far too long, Kyou. You have something for me? Yes? Yes, I have this letter. Let's see now. Yes, everything appears to be in order. I do not have an AC in my stream room. You'll be staying with us for a while, yes? We have had a dozen more like you. Since we don't, though, we'll just give you the work of a dozen men. Heh, I don't think he just. It's probably primal. No, I have one of those. You also have to remember, my room is not big, so I can't like have a lot of these things. I picked the wrong one. Let's pick this one. Back to work. Back to do the work of a dozen men. I see, huh? But even I can appreciate that important message stuff has little time for menial tasks. But since you're here, may have you been keen on having a look around the Scion's new home? See that impressive structure over there? That's the place. It was originally built to house a branch of the guild, you see. As such, it comes complete with a tavern where adventurers can rest from the road, fill their bellies with good food and drink, and their ears with tales of fortunes to be had about the realm. May get a bit rockish at times, but I imagine it will be a good place as any recruit capable men and women to your cause. Come with me, I'll show you around. Say Kyou, I'm quite sorry to interrupt, but I have the most urgent news. We received grim tidings from Gridania. It would appear that our aid is required at once. I must ask you to report back to the Waking Sands with all due haste. Isn't it quite alright, friend? No. can't say I'm privy to the detail, but it would appear there's no time for a leisurely tour. But no worries, you can rest assured that you'll see to all the necessary arrangements. Pray return at any time after you see to your more pressing matters. Hey yo, John got new shoes? I wonder if they're good shoes or we're gonna be like, what are those? This isn't important because this is just... I remember this is just to make the Magitech like fire things. Alright, it's all to the west. Alright. Which means it's time for John's music. Cash, is it true Uber is treating us to a steak dinner? I don't know. Uber, is that true? Hey yo, steak dinner? This man said nani. The man, the flying, whatever this is, just stealing things. Okay, and somewhere there's one more of those. It's not there. It's over here. Oh. Ah, it's over there. Don't mind me, I'm stealing. Alright, where's Tattoo? I'd be down. I'd asked one of my friends to go take me because I was like, I wanted the popcorn bucket, and he's never like reacted to it. I'm like, yeah, that means he doesn't want to take me. A message from the Twin Adder came to the Waking Sands while you were in Mordona. I wasn't privy to this conversation with the Antedescent, but I did see the look on her face after he took his leave. Something's definitely amiss. Could it be that the Ixtal have summoned Garuda again, or mayhap Imperial forces have been sighted within the Shroud? But whatever it may be, I'm absolutely certain there's nothing you can't handle. Now go and ask the Antedescent if there's anything you can do. I keep laughing at that, yo, we're supposed to be moving over here, but yeah, people are still over there. I knew this day would come, yet I prayed it would not come so soon. We have another reason to believe that another primal or an entity resembling one has been summoning Gridania. as Troll's favorite. Thine arrival is customarily timely, Kyou. The etheric waves leave little room to doubt. Thy talents will be needed ere long. If there be true in my suspicion, it is a familiar foe we face, though one quite unlike the Lady of the Vortex. We dare not draw conclusions without evidence, but as Rianjir says, the readings bear a strong resemblance to the ones observed more than 5 years ago. Though I had hoped the Mughals guard beyond such follies. Suffice it to say, this disturbance warrants a full investigation. Thy presence has been requested by Commander Halu. He awaits thee at the Adder's Nest. Pray hasten to Gridania, Kyou. Ida and Papalima will rendezvous with you there. May you walk in the light of the crystal. So I'll try and find the movie theater that serves booze and food to us. I've heard of one of those. My cousin talked about it a while back. I think the one he remember bringing up was like one that's like super like South Manhattan, I think it was. Oh, there's one near you. Dania. Yeah. I don't know if I had told you this. Like one time before COVID and stuff. I think it was like I think it also was in February, like 2020. I went to Philly to watch a wrestling pay-per-view. We ended up like the seats that we got were like in the club box, and what they would do is that there was a little bar section already inside of that box, and then if you wanted like food or stuff, like they gave you like a little paper where you could like put in an order, and you put like what seat you were sitting on, and you just leave the paper with them, and then they'll come and give you like the food and drink and charge you there from your seat. Pleasure to see you as always, Kyou. Thank you for answering my summons. Quite frankly, I could not think of no one more qualified to. We're getting ahead of ourselves. Let me explain. Not long ago, the Mughal Kuplo cop visited the Adder's Nest requesting an audience with the Elder Seer. He spoke of an imminent threat to all the Mughal kind, one which would imperil the entire 12's wood if left unchecked. You proved that I am able ambassador to the Sylphs, and we would have you reprise the role in our dealing with the Mughals. The rest of you should hear from Kuplo Kup himself. He awaits you with the Elder Seed Seer at the Lotus Stand. Words. Okay. The other signs have already arrived, sir. May I show you in? Yes, you may. Please, you have to stop them, but you mustn't kill them. They're not bad Mughals, Kupo. They're just misguided. A gentle, no, firm thrashing is in order, yes, but no. Calm yourself, Kuplo Cop. Can you not see that he hasn't the faintest idea what you're talking about? Be quiet this instant. Pray forgive his witless outburst, sister. Most grateful I am that you have come, Kyou, and upon such short notice. Truly, Gridania can have wished for a more stalwart ally. But you are doubtless eager to know wherefore we summoned you. Our friend Kuplo Cop has brought us news of a most unsettling development. It would seem that the good King Mughal Mag the 12th has returned to Eorzea. A curious thing to hear, I know, truth to tell. I myself cannot say for sure if he is a genuine figure from history or some manifestation of Mughal mythology. Kuplo here would have me believe the former. Once upon a time, we Mughals served the gods in the heavens. It was quite nice up there. Unspeakably beautiful, unimaginably spacious, and with a literally endless supply of wine, Kupo. In spite of this, or possibly because of the last part, the gods eventually became discontented and started squabbling, which made life jolly difficult for the poor Mughals. So good King Malgamog XII, may his glorious name live forever, decreed that the time had come to leave Kupo. The realm of man would suffice, he said, so all the Mughals should live there instead. Fortunately, the two realms are so far apart that we couldn't safely fly down. But good King Malgamog XII, may his miraculous foresight ever be praised, knew exactly what to do, Kupo. He had a rope, you see, the longest one ever woven. This he nobly held while his subject climbed all the way down to the world below. And that's how we Mughals came to this island, Kupo. All of us except good King Malgamog XII. May his courageous sacrifice never be forgotten. He alone would remain in the heavens so that the Mughal kind might as last no peace. Said that he has not remained in the heavens, from what I understand. That being your reason for contacting us, yes? I'll bet he tied the rope to something. Good thinking. Remind me again what the problem was with him returning to Eorzea? The problem, Ida, lies in the fact that he was summoned. Is that a cat vampire? No. That is a Mughal. I don't know how to describe what a Mughal is. But I think this is the first time I've heard them referred to as a cat vampire, though. Is our belief that the good King Malgamog XII is a myth made manifest via means akin to those employed by the beast tribes in the summoning of their gods? Wait, you're saying a handful of Mughals with a boatload of crystals wished really, really hard and he just sort of appeared? They even work? What I cannot fathom is why they would even try. If Garuda humbled and the ultimate weapon destroyed, what new threat could have prompted them to take so drastic a measure? Might that not be in itself be the answer? Twice in the last half-Death Gate, Eorzea has been brought on to the very brink of destruction, only to be spared at the last by the heroics of a chosen few. To you who braved those tempests and survived by virtue of your own strength, this latest period of peace will doubtless seem like a welcome respite. But to those who had not the power to defend themselves, who were spared only by the another's grace, this is merely the calm before the storm. I think the Mughal Scarred are afraid of what tomorrow will bring, and that things may not end so well as they did yesterday. Yeah, I'm gonna look this up for you. CB at the same time. That fear has driven them to call upon a greater power, and one they believe can be relied upon to protect their loved ones and their homes come what may. I assure you, the Mughals Guard only want to protect the forest from outsiders, but ever since the return of good King Malgamog XII, may his boundless grace fill our hearts with love, they've started to get a little carried away, Kupo, verging on a lot, in fact. Well, like the sylphs who summon Ramu, you mean? We cannot discount the possibility that this entity is influencing the Mughals in a manner similar to that of a primal. We share the same concern. Whatever the king may be, it is our belief that he poses a threat to not only the Mughal kind, but to Gridania as a whole. Thus, we do beseech you, Kyou, to confront good King Malgamog XII and drive him from our midst. So apparently it's supposed to be based on an all-white koala, and I guess the design just took from there. Humbly I do thank you. The sanctuary of the Mughals Guard and their liege lord is concealed by magic wards. Brother Isamiyan of the Conjurer's Guild will doubtlessly be able to offer insight on how they might be dispelled. Pray seek his counsel ere you proceed any further. Well, wait till you see us fight the king, CB. You're like giant vampire koala, as you keep calling them. Reminds you of something from Sonic. Like one of those like things that he rescues. Welcome, Kyou. Welcome. That you should be the one to face good King Malgamog XII is a great comfort to me and to the elementals both. As I'm sure you know, the Mughals are not by their nature a warlike race. Yet, should the king be suffered to remain, it is like that his influence will bring about a change in them. Thus does it behoove us to defeat him quickly before any lasting damage is done. Make whatever preparations you deem necessary and inform me when you're ready to seek the king. The wards barring access to the king's sanctuary can only be nullified through the use of enchanted keystones. The self-same method employed 5 years ago when the first king was summoned to Eorzea. It was with great regret that we were forced to sanction the slaying of the guardians who then held the keystones. For none were in our possession at the time. By the grace of the elementals, however, we have been spared that burden on this occasion. Kuplo Kop confided me that they have been entrusted with a set of keystones by the Mughals guard themselves. Yet wishing not to betray their confidence, he begged me to find some other means to gain entry to the king's sanctum. Alas, I have been unable to do so, and dare not labor any longer for fear that the Mughals might succumb to the corrupting influence of their liege lord. We must needs need to have Kuplo Kop's keystones killed. Pray, go to him and beg for his assistance. He awaits you at West Shore Pier. Press upon him our great need, and I am certain he will yield. Okay, so he's by the Lancers Guild. So, how will you do it, Kupo? Oh, he told you about that. But if there truly is no other way, I'll do it, Kupo. Take the ferry to Sweet Bloom Pier. I'll go on ahead. Happen to be heading across the lake to Sweet Bloom Pier near East Shroud. Alright, take us there. Don't you dare lie to me, Kupo. I know what you're planning and I won't allow it. Open your eyes, Kupo. The king will never be satisfied no matter how many crystals you bring him. We offer you a choice, and this is how you repay us? By consorting with this hero? Imperials, Gridanians, Sylphs. You're no different from the rest of them. Actually, you're worse, Kupo. Traitor to his king's Mughals. He plots treason against the crown. Enough, Kubla Kup. Enough. Kubla Kup will answer for his crimes soon enough. As will all who defy the will of good King Wangwang 12. May he reign forevermore, Kupo. The king is planning to purge the 12's wood of his enemies, Kupo. We've got to stop him before it's too late. Actually, yeah, I forgot. Now I have my own Kupo. The entrance of the Thorn March is deep within the Bramble Batch, Kupo. If you take me there, I can nullify the ward, but be warned, the Mughals guard has set traps to lure enchanted beasts. I can't hide from them, so you'll need to protect me, Kupo. Escort Kuplo Kop safely to the warded entrance should you fail to defend him or move too far away. He will return to Sweet Bloom Pier, where you may rendezvous him before trying again. Dang it. It's up this way. Just don't let them hurt me. Aniki. Okay. Is that stupid friend on TikTok putting mustard on a word? Ew. Another ew. Yeah, people are doing strange things. We're this is definitely the bad timeline.
I'ma take your tongue out and lick my ass with.
Bring that fat ass over here. I wanna get it in my mouth. I wanna get it in my mouth.
Hello, Cage. We're here, Koopa. I don't see any more beasts, do you? Are you ready to face the king, Koopa? Then step closer to the ward. Raise your hand and focus, like when you attune to your innate right, Koopa. It'll open the way for you. The rest is up to you, Koopa. Now go and teach those foolish Moogles a lesson and send the king back to whence he came. Thorn March, now accessible. I don't think I've ever tanked this fight. It makes a sweet and sour combination. It's nuts. That does not sound delicious. Unfortunately. You love the music for this fight? No, this one has good music. I just don't know, like, I know they made some adjustments to the fight. Cause I remember, like, people not knowing how you were supposed to do the fight. Me included. And I think you were supposed to, like, fight them in a set order. See something you have to level you up. No, I don't have enough SP yet. Those are the people you have to save, Cage. 'Cause they're out here doing weird TikToks. Should the get left there? Doing Cage, you're supposed to save them. There's no saving that. It's interesting that they had you like, okay, you can step on this tree, and then like right here they're like, nope, we're done texturing it. It comes out on the early access comes out on Friday. I know you're excited to play, Cage. I got your code already. Alright, we have 2 tanks already, and now we need 2 healers and 3 DPSs. I'm assuming this is one of the people that's gonna be in the thing. Koopa, melee Avengers, I'd wager. Moogle's guard to arms, defend the king, Koopo. Hey, Misty. Hand me the bird. Oh, they were the other tank. No, I was like ready to get on those things. Like, oh. You gotta see like a giant one. decree. What if John ever gathered this right? That guy, we out. Roll on the things. Yeah, that's all we need. You did it, Kupo. You did it. Good King Mugamog 12, may his mighty soul rest in peace, is no more. I shudder to think what might have happened had you not stopped the Moogle's guard when you did. Thank you, Kyou. Perhaps now they'll come to their senses and stop playing at fairy tales. Rest assured that the chieftain will have choice words for them too. You should go and tell Pukni Pak that the king is no more, Kupo. She's with Rhea O at Camp Tranquil and can relay the news to the chieftain. So I dare believe my ears. Good King Mugamog 12, may his magnificent virtues serve as his example to us all, has fallen. All Moogle kind owes you a debt, Kupo. Ah, and I sense Rhea wishes to congratulate you as well. I shall let you two speak without fear of interruption. Your bravery in service of Trollswood and her Moogles shall not be forgotten, Kyou. My sister will doubtless wish to hear tales of this great victory from the mouth of the man responsible. Pray return to the Lotus Stand and treat her to a full account of the day's events, while the details are yet fresh in your mind. So there I was, right? And then the giant Moogle showed up. And I killed it. They're like, oh wow. Yeah. And did you know that the Adventure CB called them cat vampires? She'd be like, really? I'm like, yeah. That's how I would tell the tale. That's what happened. The Elder Seed Seer is expecting you, sir. May I show you in? Kyou, you have returned to us unharmed and victorious. I have two reasons to be glad. Yet many questions remain unanswered. If you would be so kind as to oblige me, I would fain hear all that occurred in Thornmarch. Then it is as we feared. The king really is a primal. But he really isn't, is he? I mean, the Mughals don't worship him for one thing. He's not even a god to them. That doesn't sound like any primal I've ever heard of. Then mayhap the fault lies with the definition. The fact remains that through a combination of the power contained in the crystals and the force of their collective faith, the Mughals call forth a being that by right should not exist. Moreover, when slain, said being left no corpse, the aether which comprised him instead being scattered to the four winds. According to the accepted definition, he may not be a primal, but the mode of his manifestation was in every respect the same. Which means Asians. This whole business reeks of their handiwork. Kupapo? They said it was a masked man who had taught them how years ago. But Gridania has no shortage of masked men, and I never thought to question. Confound it all. How many more will they ensnare with their tainted gifts? Too many, I fear. So long as there are paragons to stir their embers, fools to build the pyre, and crystals to feed the flames, ever and again shall we suffer primal visitations. A somber thought, but a salutary one. My heartfelt thanks, Kyou. Already the information you have provided has proven invaluable. The Grand Serpent Marshal and I have much to discuss. Oh, before you do, my lady, I was hoping we might finish discussing that other matter? The matter which you speak has now been settled. The Scion shall not want for support. We shall be glad to send additional supplies to Reverend Soul. We knew we could count on you, my lady. While Ida and I remain to discuss the particulars of our arrangement with the Elder Seedseer, mayhap you could return to the Waking Sands and apprise the antecedent of all that has transpired. Oh, okay. Alright. It's good to see you hale and healthy, Kyou. I received word from Ida and Papalima that you have felt Good King Magomak 12, but I'd hope to hear your version of the tale. So it was as they said, summoned with the same methods used by the beast tribes and taught by the Asians. Though unfortunate, this incident did at least serve to remind the Elder Seedseer of our usefulness. Her offer of additional support could not have come at a better time. My thanks, Kyou. Owing to the tireless efforts of all concerned, we are at long last ready to bid farewell to Vesper Bay. So as to avoid drawing undue attention, we shall make the journey to Remnant's Toll in small groups, departing at irregular intervals. Lest you doubt, it's still my intention to conduct future operations openly, but on this particular occasion, the need for caution overrides all other concerns. To move north as one ponderous caravan would only serve to invade attack. It seemed only right that I should be the last to leave, and I will have you remain with me until the end, Kyou. Upon my departure, the Waking Sands will formally cease to be our headquarters, and the premises will be given into the care of Ryanje. I had thought to relinquish the property, but he was quite adamant, and I had not the heart to disagree. These walls have borne witness to some of the brightest and darkest moments in our Order's history. Mayhap it is best that we do not forsake them entirely. Ryanje shall remain here and devote his energies to studying the nature of primals. By the grace of the 12, he will one day discover the permanent solution that we have sought for so long. Of course, he will not be alone. Alice shall continue to work closely with him as well. Should they require assistance, I have their assurances they will not hesitate to contact us. Speaking of Ryanje, would you inquire of him if any tasks remain undone? I cannot escape the feeling that I've forgotten something important. You're home? Welcome on home. Hopefully the ride was a good one. Thou art welcome, Kyou, but I require no assistance. Pray take thy leave. I'm burdened by concern for my well-being. It was hot, no AC in the car. Oh, big unfortunate. Verily, thy countenance bespeaks a desire to quit this place without further delay. Mayhap thou thinkest this chapter of our tale concluded, that these halls should rightly be consigned to the annals of history? In man's eagerness to seize the future, how readily he doth set down the past. Full many a proud pioneer hath bravely stridden into the great unknown, only to find the banner of his ancestor faded by the eons. And still man glorieth in his discoveries. 'Tis through his pride that wisdom doth ever give way to ignorance, while they who lurk in shadow remain hidden lost, no sooner that they are found. Trolls, translate what your man just said. I actually have to go get water. I have to get water before I even start streaming. I have to go get up in a second. Be not offended, Kyou. Thy conduct hath ever been beyond reproach. Despite thy surpassing strength and all thy many victories, thou hast never been so convinced of thine own greatness as to imagine thyself above the failings of thy forebears. Mayhap it is the echo which hath opened thine eyes to the lessons of history. Would that the same could be said of... He said, take me, trolls, all else not matters. Nah. I see. Whence came that cry? The solar? To a forfen, the antecedent. Kyou, you must... Tell me, Louisoix, would you have done the same? Louisoix Levelier was a remarkable man, wise beyond mortal measure. Would that I had met him prior to his passing. Organization 13. An Ascian? Here? How? How readily you see you are indeed gifted, antecedent. But you're not like the others, your robes. Gifted, but ignorant. Yet I shall not judge you harshly. The fault lies with your forebears. It has been millennia. Mine are the robes of an emissary. Unlike he who came before, I have no quarrel with you. He who... You speak of La Habrea. La Habrea is a warrior. He fought, he fell. He may yet learn from his mistakes. Then he is still... Come, I only confirm that which you already knew. There's no cessation, no oblivion, only expulsion. You, what are... We're ready when you are, my lady, if there's nothing else. Is something the matter? I feel the same way. After everything that's happened here, it feels strange to leave. But I'm sure we'll get used to Revenant's toll. Well, I'll let you say your goodbyes. Take as long as you like, my lady. We shall depart whenever you're ready. It is only to be expected. She lacks the gift and the knowledge to both. To her, we are indistinct. I do not understand. Shadowless, fleshless, formless. What truth there is in each tale is diluted by time and telling. Knowledge dictates expectation, expectation colors perception. Thus did she perceive not. So it is with all but a chosen few, even you, when young, could not yet see with eyes unclouded. You know nothing about me. Nothing. The gift grants you clarity, it grants you focus. With it, you may in time come to see us as we are, rather than this crude approximation. La Habrea did not think so highly of the echo. La Habrea is wrong about a great many things. The echo is indeed a gift, albeit one you have yet to master. And if we did, there would be no strife between our peoples, for we would be one of mine. I leave as I came, in peace, antecedent. May we meet again as friends. Wait, stay where you are. Ah. Mayhap I was indelicate. 'Tis a mercy she shields her children from his grace with such resolve. Was it also by her hand that you survived the ardor, I wonder? I take it there's no need to explain. Save your concern, he did me no lasting harm. Whatever his intention was, it was not to kill. I hear a cry. What happened? Are you alright? You look faint. Do you need to lie down? I can fetch you a flask of my special tonic. Oriangier, send word to the students of Baldessian. Tell them to scour the archives, the forbidden tomes in particular. If there's any reference to an Ascian robed in white, however oblique, I would know of it. An Ascian, my lady? What was that? Was that what gave you cause to cry out? I did but moments ago glimpse a figure clad in white set forth from the waking sands. The Ascians are wont to employ teleportation magics. Why would one be so brazen? I would not. I know not and care not. Find him, kill. Turn every stone in Vesper Bay if you have to. Pray attend me, Tataru. Actually, hold on. Before I continue, I'm gonna go get that water so I can do Trolls' hydrate redeem. So give me a second. I'll be right back. Alright, got my water. Let me hydrate. There you go, Jules. Alright. I'm told that you were the warrior of light, but I would not know for myself. I shall walk north and you may choose to follow. Know, however, that you will be waylaid if you do, and you may even perish. Should you survive, we shall speak anon. Okay. Continue. Okay. Alright. Remarkable, truly remarkable. I thank you for granting me this indulgence. None save he who bested La Habrea could endure such an examination. Have the laws of man grown so twisted in my absence that it is not permitted to lay hands upon an emissary? You bore witness to my audience with the antecedent, did you not? Then know I acted only in self-defense. I realize the same cannot be said of La Habrea. Even amongst his brethren, he is considered unique. Nevertheless, I cannot wholly condemn his misdeeds, for though through them we discovered you, one so strong in the gift that he could cast us out. Your mother favors you still, that much is plain, but surely you must feel it. Her influence wanes, and her strength shall soon be spent. These lands, these people, with this world, all shall soon change. And it was as it was, so shall it be again, as it should always have been. Doubt my claims and question my motives if you will. Only believe me when I say this. I am Elidibus, emissary, bearer of the word of the one true God, and we shall meet again. Thank the gods you've returned, Kyou. After you left, I began to worry that I might have sent you to your doom. I take it our visitor proved elusive. Beg pardon? He was waiting for you? What did you do? What did he say? As it was, shall it be again? Of when does he speak? And of what exactly? The words of his Elizabeth's portend much but reveal nothing, save perhaps a measure of disdain for La Habrea. I had hoped for answers, but it seems I shall have to be content with a wealth of additional questions. Let us set aside the matter of this asking until after we have completed our move to the Rising Stones. There is but one final favor I would ask of you before I depart. I believe I mentioned before that my father was a member of the Alamegan Resistance. The truth, however, is more complicated than that. As far as the Empire knew, he was their spy. He maintained the deception for nigh on half a decade, furnishing the Resistance with vital Imperial secrets while feeding his paymaster subtly conceived misinformation. When he died some 15 years ago, my father left behind his journal, which I have closely guarded ever since. It contains every shred of information he and his agents could steal on what they believe to be the single greatest threat to Eorzea, the Primals. Its wisdom has guided me through the years, though there is much within I still do not understand. It is my hope that Riantia will fare better. Tell him to treat it with care. It is all I have left of my father. I thought thee departed. To what end dost thou linger? Hey, what up, Danny?
And her son is here. Where is my plate of carne de bolas?
Heard that, Danny? That was for you. It is no small thing to surrender such a cherished memento. Well, can I imagine the antecedent's pain? Upon my honor, I swear to spare no effort in the study of these materials, lest my lady's sacrifice be in vain. Yeah, see, I know that was good. I knew you were gonna like that one. How you doing, Danny? Kyou, this is Minfilia. Forgive me, but I could wait no longer. I have departed for the Rising Stones. If you have yet to... Once you have given the journal to Rianjay, I bid you come to the seventh heaven in Revenant Soul. Tataru will be there to show you inside our new headquarters. Assuming you have already attuned to it, you may wish to make use of our new aetheryte in Revenant Soul. After all, it is right on our doorstep. Up here. She said, yo, fam, we got an aetheryte right outside. Yo, pull up. It's like, alright, say less, Minfilia. Yeah, let me do this real quick. Alright, and with that, my check is fixed. Alright, back to the actual plot. Oh, Kyou, you're here. Good, good. We were all wondering when you show up. As I was telling your restive receptionist here, I am pleased to inform you that all the documents have been prepared and all signatures signed. The Rising Stones is officially yours. Splendid. From this day forward, I will spare no effort in seeing that it is as welcoming and comfortable a home for us as the Waking Sands ever was. That said, this is all somewhat intimidating, is it not? So many unfamiliar places and unfamiliar faces. Take that odd-looking fellow over there, for example. He's been eyeing us most suspiciously ever since we arrived. I cannot help but wonder if we are truly safe here. Who? Ah, that man? I can't say I've spoken to him myself, but rumor has it he's come to hunt for ancient treasures in the Crystal Tower. You've seen the structure I speak of, no? It'd be hard to miss it. That massive pillar of shining crystal that looms high over the land just to the southeast of here. If the tales are to be believed, is a remnant of some ancient civilization. The details remain a mystery, and no doubt why it's drawn adventurers and scholars from all over looking to unearth its secrets. The man over there is no exception, and if my instincts are true, he knows more than most. If you're curious about the tower yourself, you could do worse than to talk to him and see what he knows. Why, if I weren't otherwise occupied with my duties here, I'd have half of mine to join you. I mean, just look at it. I can scarce begin to imagine what wonders lie inside. This man's trying to hype it up. Ain't no one hype for no alliance raid. Stop it. Why, that's wonderful to hear. Rest assured that this receptionist will work just as hard to see that our efforts do not skip a beat despite the relocation. And with that, Kyou, I do believe it's time for you to officially announce your presence to everyone inside. The antecedent and the others will surely be overjoyed to see you. The Crystal Tower quest series is now available from the Outlandish Man. In order to progress in the main scenario, you must first complete certain quests in the Crystal Tower series. While you are granted a respite from your duties as a Scion, use your time to probe the depths of the Crystal Tower and see what ancient secrets may be gleaned. The game said, "Hey yo, go start your Crystal Tower shit." Heard. Ayo is the man, Hoary Boulder himself. Well, it is certainly spacious. Today marks a new beginning for the Science of the Seventh Dawn. For today, we declare our independence. We shall henceforth be beholden to no nation, but serve all of Eorzea's people proudly and openly. But this does not mean that we will sever our ties to the Eorzean alliance. On the contrary, the antecedent and I shall endeavor to strengthen them. Rest assured, however, that we shall not permit political considerations to influence our decisions. Our identity remains unchanged, as does our cause. We are the Science of the Seventh Dawn, and our single purpose is to safeguard the future of Eorzea. For Eorzea. A moment of your time, Kyou. I would speak of Elidibus. Pardon the intrusion, my lady, but the matter which brightened me will admit no delay. Every attempt to contact the students of Baldesion has been met with silence. No one will respond? How odd. Allow me to try. No response. Surely they would not ignore us. They have never yet, my lady. I fear we must assume the worst. No, I will not believe it. An outpost, perhaps, but not their headquarters. Their wards are beyond circumvention. Had they come under attack, they would most certainly have raised the alarm. None could penetrate their sanctum unnoticed. But for those who lack the gift and the knowledge, both, oh no. Contact their agents in the field at once. If aught has befallen the students of Baldessian, they may know of it. Though the thought of it pains me, until such time as we have evidence to the contrary, we can but assume the worst. Accordingly, we must needs seek another source of information on the Littlebis. 'Tis possible that others in the homeland are possessed of such knowledge. Be fairly warned, however, they are unlikely to yield it unconditionally. Do what you must. Yet another unforeseen and unwelcome development. What could be next, I wonder? A visit from a crimson-clad Asian, perhaps? Or Orker? Or Puss? And which of our allies will then fall silent? For a time I thought we had gained the upper hand. When you shattered the Crystal of Darkness and cast out La Habrea, I dared to hope that we had found a way to rid ourselves of the Asian menace. But I was wrong. He endures and may yet return. Upon that point, I have no doubt that Elizabeth spoke true. Yet there must be a way to destroy them utterly, a way to spare this world their holy machinations. I dare not consider the alternative. There are forces at work we do not understand, Kyou. I discern them all around, in disturbances too great and too numerous to be dismissed as mere coincidences. Doubtless the paragons are involved, but how and to what end is far from clear. I know not what will come, but I do know what we will rise and meet it as one. And my stalwart hero, your face is a picture of resolve. I know that you will be ready when the time comes. With luck, however, that will not be for a while yet. Pray return to your private affairs with my blessing. Should anything arise, you will be informed. Cryo, where are you? Your intercession was not foretold. You object? We question. Our plans are in motion, your intentions unclear. They survived the 7th Ardor and are stronger now in the gift. Does that not intrigue you? No, it does not. Serve as you will. Soon too shall I. We labor not at cross purposes. The wisdom of his plan shall become apparent in time, when the veil is lifted from their eyes, and at long last they see. Okay, a realm awoken. Truly, there is no rest for the weary. Scarce had I begun to make myself at home when I received a request for assistance from Amagina and Sons Mineral Concern. It would appear their storehouse in the horizon has been the target of a series of covert robberies. Minor as they seemed in isolation, occasional discrepancies in the manifest were long dismissed as clerical errors. It was only during the concern's annual audit that their pattern became apparent. Significant quantities of crystals and only crystals were missing. I need hardly tell you what that may imply. The brass blades charged with investigating the thefts believe that someone within the concern is selling the crystals for profit. Alas, they have as yet been unable to identify a likely suspect, and the concern's proprietors have grown frustrated by their lack of progress. Needless to say, I would not have agreed to intervene had the stolen goods been a merely monetary value. If there is even a possibility that the thief acts not out of self-interest but in service to a primal, we can ill afford to wait for the blades to realize their mistake. Pray depart for Horizon at your earliest convenience. Rendezvous with Ishtola when you arrive. She and Tancred have already begun a preliminary investigation. I have every confidence that the three of you will get to the bottom of these thefts. I only hope our fears prove unfounded when you do. Okay, so I could actually just teleport there. To Horizon we shall go. There's Yushtola. Ah, Kyou, your assistance is most welcome. I have already spoken at length with the brass blades of the Rose, albeit to a little avail. It would seem that the thieves took great pains to conceal their activities. I could go into further detail, but your time might be better spent in conversation with Fufulupa. He is the officer in charged with leading the investigation. I would only be repeating that which he related to me. If aught eluded my attention, mayhap it will not elude yours. Say, yo, talk to him in case I was not paying attention, fam. Oh, hello there, Kyou. Was it? You told us not to expect you. Terrible business, these thefts. We have yet to confirm the quantity of crystals stolen, but I dare say it may be greater than... Ah, but never mind that. I have news to share. A short while ago, the driver of a heavily laden carriage refused to halt for inspection and broke through one of our checkpoints on the Royal Allegan Sunway. The cart bolted off toward eastern Thanalan where, thank the gods, I heard that our colleagues were able to apprehend them without further incident. A speeding carriage? That would seem a curious choice for thieves of such proven cunning. Yet the Amalja do have a foothold in eastern Thanalan. And what of their cargo? Did they carry the crystals we seek? We should be receiving a report any moment now, but I fail to see what else it could... Did you miss me, friends? I'm back, but I fear I come bearing disappointing news. Or on second thought, perhaps it's good news after all. Thancred, wherever have you been off to? I figured you have everything under control here, so I just took a brief excursion to the east to check on our Amalja friends. And wouldn't you believe it? I happened upon a runaway carriage on the way, and even was able to do my small part to help my friends in the brass blades intercept it. In all my years, I've never seen such a prodigious quantity of sumness. The blades were calling it one of the greatest hauls they've ever seen. The stolen crystals, on the other hand, were nowhere to be found. Is that so? Alas, I suppose we have no choice but to resume our search elsewhere. We should reassess our options as well. Come with us, Kyou. Against all expectation, it would seem the Amalja are innocent of this particular spate of crimes. By all indications, they have yet to replenish the stores of crystal exhausted during their last attempt to summon Ifrit. What I can't fathom is why anyone else would go to such things to obtain crystals, and in such quantities. It cannot be that we are dealing with simple thieves. If their motives were profit, why would they limit their trade to crystals alone? Plainly, we are missing something. While you think of what it might be, I shall inform Urianger of our progress or lack thereof. Now then.
Tis I. The situation may be more complicated than we anticipated.
Indeed, I shall remain watchful. Ere thou goest, another matter requireth thine attention. A young maiden, full eager to... Wherefore inquirest thou of her fairness? Oh, very well. Be she damsel or devil, I shall direct her steps to Revenant's toll. Save thine insinuations for one given to such impropriety. Thou shalt not find me amenable.
Far across the sea from the land of Domar have we traveled. We seek audience with the ruler of these lands. Who here speaks for you?
Not me. Any ideas? A solitary flash of insight? No? Well then, for want of a better suggestion, I say we try picking Fufulupa's brain again. Who knows? If we work together, we may yet find something of use nestled away within it. Oh, but it's good to see you return. I have given some thought to the matter, and I have just hit upon a most disturbing possibility. How could I have been so blind? Calm yourself, Fufulupa. What is this disturbing possibility of which you speak? I was contemplating as to how the thieves' activities escaped our notice for so long, and then it came to me. What if there's someone among our own ranks conspired with them, a traitor in our own midst? It would be most unfortunate if your fears proved well-founded, Fufalupa. Indeed, if for some reasons of security the concern decided to transfer the remaining crystal stored in Horizon to another location, their plans would be discovered the moment the brass blades were informed. But such a shipment would surely be well guarded. Would thieves as wily as ours risk open confrontation? Mayhap not, but neither would the concern be eager to present them with such an obvious target. Nay, they might instead elect to carry out the transfer in secret, to entrust the goods to, let us say, a lone Mikote miner, traveling without escort as to not attract undue attention. But who? I see. Yes, the concern may well elect to do that. But to travel with such much cargo would be a strenuous task indeed, and its miner would certainly need to rest upon the way. Mayhap north of the bridge to Himalaya? Fine spot for rest. Wouldn't you not agree, Kyou? You lie in wait to the north, and I shall do the same to the south. Forgive me, Orphan, but I've received new orders. I must inform my men at once. Maddie said, oh my god, I must go snitch on about these plans. I'll be right back. Call me a cynic, but I would be surprised if these thieves lay down their arms and surrender. See that you come prepared to offer them some encouragement. I think I have upgrades. All right. We're off. Oh. More. Step into the last as expected. You are unharmed. A gang of sea wolf thieves, and in Danaland no less. I suppose there's a first time for everything. Sea wolves? All of them? Aye, and with all the same taste and facial tattoos. Blue, in case you were wondering. Our thieves are a long way from home. Thancred, if you'd be so good as to attend to the outstanding matters in Horizon, I have inquiries to make. To Horizon then, Fufalupa will want to hear about your meeting with the thieves. My character is like Nani. On behalf of the Brass Blades of the Rose, I thank you for your service to Horizon. But we have not been idle. While you were afield, we succeeded in identifying a traitor within our ranks. Is that so? Then by your leave, I should very much like to have a word with the fellow in private. No, I'm afraid that will not be possible. Regrettably, he managed to subdue the units of Blades dispatched to retain him and make good of his escape. Oh, for the love of... And how do you manage that exactly? Your men haven't been sampling that somnius we confiscated, have they? Or was he a giant in disguise? No, but he was quite strong. A sea wolf, Leminson born and raised, I believe. But do not worry, we will find him. You have my word on that. I see. Pray keep me appraised of any developments. Yes, he's standing next to me. Understood. I fear our time together is at an end, my friend. Your services are required elsewhere. Awfully disappointing, I know, but one must follow where duty leads. You might try to look a little disappointed, or do you mean to give me another one of your stoic nods? You do, don't you? Second. Mother of Exiles. The antecedent bid me to tell you to make for Vesper Bay, where young Alphinaud awaits your coming most eagerly. It was he who requested your assistance. Some commotion or incident, I'm not privy to the details. While you do whatever it is that Alphinaud has planned for you, I shall endeavor to track down our traitorous Brassblade. And when I do, you may rest assured that we will have our answers. Vesper Bay we shall go. You are late, no matter. I know where our visitors are headed. From what I have been able to gather, this vessel belongs to a band of Domans who seek an audience with the Sultana. You're familiar with Doma, yes? In Athard? Well, like the rest of the nations of the Eastern continent, it is ruled by the Garlean Empire. Given our visitors' unannounced arrival, as well as the state of their ship, I suspect they did not leave their homeland under the best circumstances. Needless to say, I should be very interested to hear their tale, and more importantly, what they know of the current state of affairs in the Empire. Such information could prove most useful. We would be fools not to pursue this opportunity, do you not? Do you not think? Come with me to Old Kyou. Unless I'm mistaken, I am rarely mistaken. We will find the Domans bickering with the Sultan sworn on the royal promenade. You are uncertain of your role in the proceedings? Insurance. If our guests are not themselves Imperial agents, it seems fair to assume they may be being pursued by some, and if not, who better than you to have on hand in the event of an unforeseen diplomatic incident? Besides, I do so enjoy your sparkling repartee. Satisfied? Good, I shall see you in Ul'dah. Yes, it is 2 hot trolls. I think begin this week we may have some days that are gonna go down to the 80s finally. But yeah, these 90 days have not been kind. It matters not how many times you ask. Without the necessary permissions, none shall pass. Pray understand, good sir, we have not the leisure to lodge a formal petition. The time is of the essence. All I ask is that you summon your superior. Allow me to plead my case. Surely you can grant us that small kindness. Away with you and darken these doors no longer. I will not ask again. You know not what you do. I gather your pleas fell upon deaf ears. A loyal man with a cold heart. I know his kind well. Hope that you'll find me more to your liking. Alphanot Levelier at your service, a friend. Which I believe makes me very nearly unique. In this part of the world at least, few indeed are your allies in Ul'dah. Yet you will need some if you wish to endear yourselves to the wealthy and powerful. Pray join me and my associate at the quicksand. There you may explain your situation to us and we shall see if there is aught we can do to help. Okay. It's 100 there? Yeah, that's a no. That's a no for me, dog. Can I sit down? Let me sit before I talk to you. Damn, I still got up.
We have traveled some several thousand miles across the sea from the nation of Doma, in hopes that we might find sanctuary in these lands.
Sanctuary, Lady Yugiri?
Aye. Lying within Othard, Doma was under the dominion of the Garlean Empire, as I'm sure you are aware. When the War of Succession broke out in Garlemald, we espied an opportunity to free ourselves from the yoke of imperial oppression and took up arms.
Jason's installing a window unit? Oh, Oh, poor Jason.
Only to be crushed. And so I gathered what few Domans escaped the reckoning and guided them hither to your shores.
So once he finishes installing that, he then has to install 14.
A war of succession? Then the Emperor... Forgive me. You said that Doma was under Imperial rule, did you not?
Doma is gone. Razed to the ground as an example to the other provinces.
12 have mercy. And your people?
On a ship anchored in Vesper Bay, flying borrowed colors. Many were complicit in the rebellion, or akin to those who were. They will not come ashore until I send word that it is safe to do so. I sought an audience with your rulers, but was summarily refused.
The lords of Ul'dah
It's on his hard drive?
want to entertain
I
foreign
see.
refugees without suitable encouragement.
Mayhap I was foolish to expect otherwise, but our supplies run low and we have young ones in urgent need of care. I have seen the tents outside the gates, however. We are not the first to seek asylum, nor will we be the last.
Be that as it may, Ul'dah is no friend to Garlemald. Your tale would stir the hearts of many men and women here. The Sultana and the Syndicate will not be so easily swayed, but I shall see that you are granted an opportunity to plead your case.
This is within your power?
Well, far be it from me to boast, but I do have the ear of certain influential individuals.
I am in your debt.
Lady Yugiri, forgive me for observing, but your choice of attire seems like to evoke feelings of mistrust.
Men are wont to fear the unfamiliar. We know this from experience. We seek only to spare the people of Ul'dah unnecessary disquiet.
I shall defer to your experience, then.
I thank you for your understanding.
It seems I have urgent business with the Flame General. I leave our guests in your capable hands.
I will babysit. You agree, don't worry. If I may, sir, as I said earlier, we have been at sea for several moons, and our supplies are all but spent. I have not the heart to repeat the tale of our tribulation, nor would it please you to listen to them. I think, suffice it to say, however, sacrifices have been made. It shames me to beg for more when you have already offered so much. Desperation compels me. Gentle sir, if you or your associates could spare any provisions, anything at all, it would go a long way to lessen the suffering of my people. Hells, why didn't you say so sooner, Kyou? Of course I'll help. You couldn't have picked a better day, to tell the truth. A wealthy merchant and his entourage were due to have a banquet here on the morrow, see? But just sent where they can't come, meaning I've got boatloads of foodstuffs and no one to feed. Best of all, they paid for the lot in advance, haha. Go and call on Fridurahan Catherine at the Sapphire Avenue Exchange. Tell them I sent to ship the little prince's order to the Waking Sands. Oh, and if they argue, show them those letters. That should set them straight. Maya, that's a red out request. May have you misheard her instructions? You know you shouldn't encourage them like this. They'll start to expect it. You mark my words. She's in the business of feeding refugees now? I normally want to question Mistress Momody's judgment, but that doesn't seem wise to me. I'll not speak for the children, but if you ask me, any man what can earn a crust deserves to go hungry. Nobody asked for your opinion. They didn't give you any trouble, did they? Good. Now go and tell Lady Yugiri is all in hand. I dare not hope for such a magnanimity, much less expected. Mistress Momody is generous indeed. I shall be sure to thank her most humbly. Lady Yugiri, I briefed the Flame General on your situation. I think you will be pleased with his reply. We have been granted an audience? Before the Sultana and the Syndicate both, we should return to the Royal Promenade at once. You have done much for us, Master Alphanod. I swear we shall return the favor. Naught is owed, Lady Yugiri, for naught has been given. 'Tis small favor you fairly won with your words, and it is with words that you must win the favor of the Syndicate. Then I shall choose them with care. You will be accompanying us, yes? Good. Your presence may serve to remind the Syndicate of the true meaning of philanthropy, and that nothing so unpalatable will be required of them, assuming the Domans are willing to earn their keep. Come, the Flame General awaits us on the Royal Promenade. A pleasure, Private Dai. The others are already inside. Let us not keep them waiting.
Yugiri of Doma, I'm honored to meet you at last, Your Grace. To mark this auspicious occasion, I should like to present to you the finest treasures our humble nation has to offer. Alas, the circumstances which have brought me here today have divested me of both time and dignity. I come before you as a pauper in direst need of aid, to request that you grant my people asylum.
I, Nanamo, 17th in the line of Ul, welcome you to our city. Be at ease, Lady Yugiri. Although I myself have heard the tale of your misfortune, I would ask that you recount it once more for the benefit of the others here present.
As you wish, Your Grace. For many years, my nation, Doma, suffered under the yoke of imperial rule, and my people yearned to be free. Thus, when a war of succession broke out in Garlemald, we sought to take advantage of the chaos and reclaim our liberty. Alas, our enemy proved less preoccupied than we had hoped, and our rebellion was put down in the most brutal fashion.
Those who survived, how many do they number?
More than 200 souls huddle within the cramped confines of our own galleon's hold. Yet this figure accounts for but one of a number of ships which escaped the purge. It is my hope that you will allow us all to dwell within your walls. Should that prove unfeasible, however, I humbly ask that you accept as many of my people as your resources allow. Pray understand, we do not beg a boon, but propose instead an arrangement. We would serve as soldiers or tradesmen until our debt is repaid.
What are the Syndicate's opinions on this matter?
I, for one, think it's a marvelous idea. Lady Yugiri and her people strike me as an industrious lot, and there are parts of the city which have yet to be fully restored. If they are
It's actually
willing to
gotten
work,
cooler.
I see no reason not to let them.
The head of the Mirage Trust is not known for his generosity. He sees profit in this.
I agree. That said, these are foreign refugees. To admit them would require a formal resolution. Shall we call a vote?
The law is the law.
Lord Lolorito?
Tell me, are you blind or willfully ignorant? Even now,
Our streets are choked with the displaced.
This man said, "Are you blind?"
And Alamigan refugees. They live hand to mouth, subsisting on aid provided by the immortal flames, the cost of which grows ever higher. The wealth of Ul'dah is not without limits, my friends. And need I remind you that these refugees are prone to violence and criminal activity? You have all read the reports, I think. Without homes or employment, it is only a matter of time before men grow desperate and take that which they imagine has been unjustly denied them. Yet, no.
I feel like this is like just our Congress now.
The brass blades and
Hello,
the
Mello.
blades are not hard pressed enough.
Some say the chairman of the East Aldenard Trading Company passes Gil thrice daily. This may explain how he came to be the wealthiest man in Ul'dah. Or it may simply be that he's ruthless beyond reckoning.
Surely the Sultanate can support the few hundred domins Lady Yugiri represents. That our resources have been taxed, I do not deny. But we are hardly in danger of financial collapse. I move that an exception be made.
An exception, Your Grace? I am suddenly reminded of a similar debate some years ago regarding a number of Alamigan refugees, if memory serves. What were your words that day? Yes, the law is the law, and so our visitors remained in Little Alamigo. Mayhap our wise and benevolent Sultana would be so good as to enlighten us as to which other of our laws should not be upheld.
Mind your tongue, Olorito.
My lord, I share your concern for the welfare of our great nation, but we must endeavor to take a longer view. You know as well as I that people can be a resource still more precious than Gil.
Precious or not, they were never yet so reliable. And unlike those who frequent your establishment, I have no desire to gamble with my future. Ul'dah's greatest asset is, and has ever been, her material wealth. We risk this at our peril. One need only look to Teleji Adeleji's example for evidence of the danger in allowing sentiment to dictate policy. How far the vaunted Mirage have fallen, both in repute and profitability, since he began employing refugees.
How I choose to conduct my affairs is not your concern, my lord.
A proposal has been tabled. Given its urgency, I move we forego further debate and call a vote.
Yep.
Accept the Doman refugees or not. Those in favor, I bid you remain. Those opposed, I bid you leave.
Would that it were within my power to welcome you and your people, Lady Yugiri, As you have observed, however, my authority in such matters
It's kind of
is
fucked.
limited. Without the consent of the Syndicate, I cannot act.
I understand, Your Grace, and I appreciate all that you have done on our behalf.
The nerve of the man! If that bastard had not forsaken the eastern trade route, little Alamigo would now be thriving. Oh, that you should have traveled so far under such dire circumstances, only to be refused in this manner
Yeah,
is
me lo que
utterly
hice en his house.
unconscionable.
Yo, about to go pull up his house.
Accept my sincerest apologies.
Now that the Empire no longer poses an immediate threat, they see little reason to maintain the pretense of unity. The Monitorists have grown especially defiant of late. Lord Lolorito most of all. But this is neither the time nor place for that discussion.
As you observe, Lolorito is not afraid to speak his mind, nor does he like to change it. Oft have I wondered how a man so skilled at weighing the worth of things should be so incapable of seeing the value in people. But I will waste no more words on him, not when the Domans are yet in need of aid. Everyone, follow me to the Hall of Flames. You should have unlocked Paladin way earlier ago, John. Like, Paladin unlocks at 30. I'm level 52. But this is like the home world of Paladin. The Syndicate has spoken. I see no point in moving that the matter be reconsidered. The Monetarists have made their positions clear. Agreed, Olda is not an option. Nor are the limbs of Laminza or Gridania, I judge, given the state of their internal affairs. Which leaves our Doman friends confined to a ship. Gods, the thought of them huddled in an airless hole with no hope of better treatment. Would that I have more time to find an alternative. A place not bound by the concerns of the great nations. Infilia. That is precisely what I wish to discuss. Yeah, Gladiator and Paladin stuff is in Ulda. Gladiator in the guild, and I think the Paladin person was like somewhere in the hallway on the top. I understand the Syndicate's decision, I do. We all wish to preserve that which is ours, especially when we believe it to be under siege. But I cannot meekly accept this judgment, not when my people suffer. Would it be out of the question for the Sultanate to accept us for a limited time? A week mayhap, or even just a few days? Excellent, I shall keep you informed. Lady Yugiri, I have a proposal if you would hear it. Out with it, Master Alphanod. The headquarters of my order, the Scions of the 7th Dawn, stands in a place called Revenant's Toll, an outpost in Mordona. Like most outposts, it is frequented by mercenaries and other men of action and lack the comforts of more well-established settlements. However, the leader of the Revenant's Toll have been doing their utmost to change that. To that end, they have need of able-bodied individuals willing to work as frontier hands. Hard labor, lest you doubt, with naught save food and shelter by way of reward. Terms not unlike those which you yourself propose, Lady Yugiri. Though I will not hear a word said against our beloved Ulda, Revenant's Toll would offer certain advantages, the absence of unhelpful bureaucracy being the most obvious. If they can accommodate us all, we shall gladly accept. Master Alphanaut, once again I find myself in your debt. Pray do not thank me, my lady. The life of your people, Godu, is one of hard labor and few comforts, as I told you. And before that, there remains the matter of how they may safely be born to Revenant's Soul, which would be no small feat considering the distance and their present condition. Mayhap the Old Dawn's Adventurers Guild could be of assistance. Look for me there and on, Kyou. Lady Yugiri, if you and your people would accompany me, we may discuss what aid the Immortal Flames could provide. Okay. Let's be on our way. I think you're probably trying to unlock. I remember because I had told you about that. The combo move of the AoE move, I think it was. We are concerned that the Doman refugees may find the journey to Revenant's Toll too much to bear. Too long have they been sequestered aboard their ship with insufficient supplies and scarce room enough to breathe, let alone stretch their limbs. With that in mind, Mistress Mobody has kindly offered to accommodate the Domans until such time as they are ready to set out for Mordona. Those healthy enough to travel will embark as soon as transportation has been secured, while those too weak to leave at once will be permitted to stay until they regain their strength. What news? Transportation remains our greatest obstacle, General. Is there aught the Immortal Flames can do? I fear that exceeds our mandate. Were it a smaller number, mayhap it would go unnoticed, but the Syndicate would not bear the cost of escorting more than 200 Domans to Mordona. When government fails to act, the responsibility falls to us private citizens. I will engage the services of the 77 caravans of the Doman's behalf. Very well, we should contract negotiations at once. Your generosity is most welcome, my lord. After all that has befallen these good people, it is the least I can do. Come what may, you shall ever have a friend in Ul'dah, Lady Yugiri. And you have Revenant's Toll, my lord. Well, it sounds like we all have work to do. Lady Yugiri, let's put our heads together and settle the details of our arrangement, shall we? I would entrust the task of escorting our Doman friends to you after you have rested your own road-weary legs, of course. What say you? As we speak, the Domans prepare for departure at Vesper Bay, where from they will be transported to the carriage to Ul'dah. That said, this has all been decided rather suddenly, and it would not surprise me if the refugees require some assistance to coordinate their preparations. Kyou, I will have you return to Vesper Bay and facilitate the process through tasks great and small. In short, whatever must needs be done, do it. Speak with a man named Hozan when you arrive. As Lady Yugiri tells it, he has been designated the leader of the first group. See something. I was just checking to make sure where we are. We're in the second patch for a Rum Reborn. Okay. Greetings, Alphanon informed me that a sign will be arriving to help with the preparations. I am honored to meet you, though shamed as well. A great warrior should not be tasked with such trivialities. I knew from a glance what manner of man you were. I too have some skills at arms, as do many of our people. Pray forgive this trifle, but might I trouble you to help round up the children that have been given into my care? They are most adept at staying hidden from my sight, but perhaps your keen eyes will succeed where I have failed. Yeah, my thanks, friend. Pray seek out my son Yozan. He could tell you more. Hello there, I'm Yozan, son of Hozan. Will you be coming with us to Ul'dah? I hear we're traveling by horse-bit drawn carriage. But don't you think they're queer? Giant birds that people ride like horses? I still want to try riding one, but... What's that? You're looking for the others. Don't worry, I already told them to get ready for the carriages. I'll need your help though. We were just finishing a game of hide and seek. 3 players are still in hiding, and since Lady Yugiri told us to take it really seriously, they won't move until they're found. But Vesper Bay isn't that big, so I bet you can find them in no time. One. Hey, you're not Yozan. Who are you? I'm Koharu, Kyodai, eh? I don't know anyone else was. Wait a minute. You're one of those stallions, aren't you? No, scions. They must know Lady Yugiri, right? Isn't she great? She's really good at hide and seek too. Alright, it's almost time to go. Nice meeting you, Kyodai. Are you playing? No fair. You doesn't say anything about adults. Huh? We get to ride a horse-bit carriage? Horse-bird carriage? I don't know. It sounds scary, but if Yozan says it's safe, I'll go. How'd you find me? Bah. Guess I need to practice more. Maybe you're just good at this. I mean, the Guardians didn't find me. Wonderful! All the children are accounted. Hide and seek? I see that you're curious. It's quite simple, really. Lady Yugiri thought it'd be best that the children know what to do in case the Guardians found us. I should hope that those days are behind us, but nevertheless, I take comfort in knowing that we are prepared. The first caravan is due to depart shortly, followed by the rest at regular intervals. My family and I, including my stubborn old father, Homo, will be traveling in the lead carriage together with young Koharu, whom I believe you already met. Though I understand the road to Ul'dah is regularly patrolled by your brass blades, it would give us great comfort if you would agree to accompany us on our journey. Once again, I thank you for your kindness. When you're ready to leave, please inform our coachman. Alright, let us go. You gonna be off, are ye? Alright, well, I was meaning to have a word with you about that. Runner from the Blaze say we might have a problem. Fierce-looking beastie's been sighted south of the bridge to Himalaya. Might be as someone's eyes are playing tricks on him, of course, but don't pay to gamble in his business. Now, I know you can handle yourself in a fight, but there is another story. So I was thinking you might go on ahead and have a quick look around. Make sure the area is safe and if you come across anything dangerous, you know what to do. When you're satisfied the way is clear, meet us outside Horizon. The Blades tell me the roads there is safe, so I reckon we may make it that far on our own. Assuming the self-safe bastards don't try to rob us, that is. Okay, let's survey around the area. Yes. So there was a beastie. Was be the operative word, eh? Haha. Well fought, sir. Well fought. Ah, if only I were in better health. I should have been proud to stand at your side. Pray my son no mine. He forgets his responsibility to preclude acts of due. Be that as it may, I cannot help but envy you. Had we been able to call upon heroes of your strength and skill in Doma, things would have been very different. But we cannot change the past. Those who fought and fell are forever lost to us. Lost but not forgotten. Lady Yugiri's kinsmen least of all. They fought fiercest, though they knew full well it was in vain. She had every right to walk away, yet she chose to stay. Food, shelter, the promise of a better life. All this and more we owe to her. How does one even begin to repay such a debt? And kind Father, to she who has given everything, we shall give our all. Whatever work there is to be done, we shall do without question. Ditch, digging, bricklaying, it matters not. Revenant's Toll will grow and prosper by our hands. Hey, Mr. Kyou, Koharu and I want to know why you became an adventurer. To gain power. I knew it! That's what I told Koharu, but she didn't believe me. It's my turn now. Excuse me, Mr. Kyou, I've got a question. What's Revenant's Toll like? Is it pretty? The bustling outpost. You mean there are lots of people there who are just as strong as you? Oh, I can't wait. Enough, Koharu. It's my turn again. Mr. Kyou, when I'm older, I want to be strong like you. What do I have to do? So you got new experiences and adventures. Of course, to be a better adventurer, you need to go adventuring. Alright, and that's enough questions for Mr. Kyou. That's not fair. Why does Yozan get to ask 2 questions? I want to know about adventuring just as much as he does. Just one more, please. Do you think I could be an adventurer like you one day? No. Really? Then I will. Thanks for the advice, Mr. Kyou. I won't forget it. I'm going to be an adventurer too. When we get to Revenant's Toll, let's make an Adventurers Guild for Domans. We'll protect our friends and punish the wicked, just like Mr. Kyou and Lady Yugiri. Yeah, just like Mr. Kyou and Lady Yugiri. We can talk more about it in the carriage on the way. Will you be joining us? I guess. I was confused for a second. I thought we were at Revenant's Toll. Ah, Kyou, I take it the first group has arrived? Excellent. Is there all else? No, I have matters well in hand here. You and Lady Ugiri should travel to Revenant's Toll forthwith. It's past time Lady Ugiri met with the guild representatives of Revenant's Toll. Since I do not foresee any further matters arising here in Thanalan, which might require your personal attention, I would instead have you serve as an escort to the Domain delegation for the duration of the journey. Speak first with Slaftborn upon your arrival. He's the one whom the Domains will be working most closely, I should think. Afterwards, introduce Lady Ugiri to Minfilia and the guild emissary. If both meetings go well, the resulting ties should stand the Domains in good stead for which is to come. Safe travels, Kyou. And this must be the esteemed Lady Ugiri and her associates. I greet you all as friends and bid you welcome to the Toll. I hope you do not find our dearth of fineries off-putting. Poor though we may seem, we have a wealth of spirit and camaraderie to spare. You see, race and creed don't enter into it here. We welcome all sorts, provided they are willing to earn their keep, of course. We are no strangers to hard work, Master Slaftborn. You may rest assured that we will carry out your orders with due diligence. Oh, not for a moment did I doubt your commitment, my lady. Pray understand I would give the same speech to all new arrivals, and you needn't bow your head or call me master either. We're both frontier hands as far as I'm concerned. As you wish, Slaftborn. May this meeting mark the beginning of a long and fruitful relationship. Our guests have yet to meet the antecedent. Seven's hell, Kyou. Why are you wasting time with me? See them to the Rising Stones. To whom much is given, much is expected. Forgive me, I require a moment to compose my thoughts before meeting with your leader. We shall join you at the Rising Stones anon. Tis no use. Oh, our attempts to reach the students of Baldessian continues to meet with failure. Oriange has explored other avenues of inquiry, but they too have yielded naught. We will persevere, of course, yet within our hearts the truth is clear. We are but awaiting confirmation of that which we already know. How fare the Domans? I am given to understand you were kept quite busy in Vesper Bay. Mayhap your question the wisdom of aiding refugees with the primal threat remains unresolved. I should not blame you if you did, nor would I deny that this matter falls outside of our normal purview. Be that as it may, I cannot ignore the plight of these refugees, not when I was within our powers to help them. Lady Ugiri is here. Please show her in. I should very much like to meet her. We have no objections. Pray do so with our blessing. Your answer pleases me beyond words, my lady. But you're quite certain? We have no way of knowing how many knights might answer my summons. In the event that Revenant's Toll cannot accommodate us all, we will need to find an alternative solution. Should that come to pass, we will find it together. As ever, it has been a pleasure, Antecedent. Alas, we must take our leave as the first carriages are due to arrive at any moment. Should you require aught, please pray speak with Slaftborn, Lady Ugiri, Kyou. Okay. Lamin and I will make all the necessary preparations to ensure that our Doman friends feel at home upon their arrival, though I must admit that I'm still troubled about the matter of the missing crystals. Ishola should be returning anon with a report from a field. Mayhap you could wait here and speak with her upon her arrival? Is she pulling up right now as we speak?
How goes the fishing? Caught anything slippery?
Aye. Our suspicions were well founded. The Serpent Reavers are indeed the culprits.
The plot thickens.
Has there been any movement in Thanalan?
It has been blessedly quiet. Which is to say the Amalja are being no more or less of a nuisance than usual. Summoning Ifrit with such crystals as they have hoarded. Urianger, too, reports not out of the ordinary.
Then we have our explanation.
Your explanation for what, pray tell?
For the recent spate of crystal thefts in Thanalan, we naturally assumed that the trail would lead us back to the Amalja. Yet it did not. It led us across the sea unto Vilbrand.
Vilbrand? There have been reports of increased Sahagin activity of late. Oh gods, they mean to summon Leviathan?
That is the way of it, I fear. Whilst conducting our investigation on behalf of the mineral concern, we came upon evidence implicating the Serpent Reavers. With the aid of the Maelstrom, I was able to verify our suspicions. 'Tis only a matter of time before Leviathan returns to harrow the seas. But there is more. One of the Sahagin, an elder by my judgment, spoke of attaining the gift and knowledge of eternity.
Ugh.
Oh.
Such a disturbance in the ether. If I did not know better, I should think this device defective. And there is the explanation.
Soon it shall begin. Our Lord shall rise midst surging waves to wash away the finless ones. And I shall be granted the gift and knowledge of eternity, and with the emissary stand equal.
Whence comes this promise of immortality? The emissary? We have outstayed our welcome.
The gift and knowledge.
Are the two of you quite well?
You shared that vision, did you not? Even before the Sahagin made mention of the emissary, I recognized Elidibus's words. He is behind this. But surely it is not within his power to grant the echo.
My lady, unless we act swiftly, Leviathan will rise again. The Admiral has already requested that we intervene to prevent this. Failing that, we are to attend to the Primal's extermination.
She will have our full cooperation. Let us make haste to Limsa Lominsa. I mean to play a part in this mission. Tataru, pray, take charge in my absence.
My lady, are you sure this is wise?
I am aware of the risks, but there is something I must see with mine own eyes. The true nature of the echo.
Very well. I shall not stand in your way. On the condition that you permit me to accompany you as bodyguard.
Your company is ever welcome, Thancred.
I take it something ill is afoot.
Aye. A primal is about to be loosed upon Eorzea.
A primal?
A godlike being whose very existence is a bane upon the land. We scions of the Seventh Dawn are sworn to put an end to their kind.
I see. Know then that I am learned in the arts of war. In return for the kindness you have shown my people, I would lend you my blade.
It would be most welcome. When contending with a primal, one can never have too many able allies. If you crave a more intimate understanding of the problems facing Eorzea, this experience is like to provide it. Be sure to come well prepared.
Plainly, you should be the worst. Should the worst come to pass and Leviathan is summoned, our only recourse will be to face him in battle. Given past experience, you may very well think that eventuality inevitable. Yes, so long as there is a chance that a primal's return might be prevented, we must needs bend all our efforts toward achieving that goal. Before we do aught else, let us hasten to Limbs of Laminza and meet with the Admiral. She will not have been idle in the intervening time and will doubtless have valuable information to share. She better. Imagine. Admiral. Welcome. Take it shall surprise you of the situation. There is no time then. According to our best intelligence, the Sahagin have not crystals enough to summon their god. Alas, we do not count on the serpent reavers venturing as far as Dandelion to supplement their cache. For our short-sightedness, we are faced with the grim prospect of Leviathan's imminent return. Needless to say, I'm not inclined to let the fishbacks have their way. Even as we speak, the Maelstrom will race ready to launch a large-scale operation to thwart the summoning, and we will welcome the science support in this endeavor. But if God forbid our efforts should come to naught, I will need to trouble you for more than mere support, much as I did when Titan last walked these lands. Lady Mephilia, I am given to understand that you mean to accompany our soldiers to the front lines. I can only assume that you have sound reasons for doing so. I do, Admiral, but I would rather not be drawn on their nature. I will say only there is something I would see with mine own eyes. says so. Well, I'm not so stubborn as to deny the wish of one whose aid I require. But precautions must be taken. I shall require that you remain by my side at all times. With that settled, let us speak of the operation. Kyou, Maelstrom scouts are currently reconnoitering Sahagi movements within the Sapsa spawning ground. Upon completing their mission, they will return to the operation staging point at Camp Skull Valley. I want you to make your way there forthwith, that you might be appraised with the latest intelligence. Commander Falk Breda has charge of the garrison. Let's see, where's this at? Where am I at? Yeah, I'm down there. Yeah, no. I can't get there. I've been expecting you, sign of 7 Dawn. On behalf of the men and women here, I thank you for your cooperation. The safety of our citizens is paramount. With your aid, we will prevent Leviathan's return. So you may already know, Maelstrom scouts have been dispatched to reconnoiter with the Sapsa spawning ground. Though it pains me to admit it, the Maelstrom has never faced a foe with the likes of this before. We must proceed with all due caution. Among other things, they have orders to determine whether Leviathan might emerge, assuming it comes to that. And yet, their return is long overdue. I fear that ill may have befallen them. For better or worse, we must ascertain their fate if it is not too much to ask. I would have you aid us in their search. 5 scouts ventured into Sapsa all told. Here, take this flask of restorative to tend to those who have been wounded. Though it pains me to even consider the notion, if they have perished, circumstances permitting, I ask that you recover their bodies. By no means venture too deep into the enemy territory, however. We can ill afford to lose you at this juncture. We'll make sure to save them. Thank you, I owe you my life. We were ambushed by the Serpent Reavers, lightly armed as we were. We didn't stand a chance. I was able to flee this far, but the others were captured. They were taken to the Serpent's tongue, I'm certain of it. I can make my own way back to camp, but I fear the worst for my comrades. Save them, I beg you. You want this word. Oh no, they're dead. You return, thank the navigator. When I learned that you went to the Serpent's Tongue by yourself, I feared you would meet an untimely demise. But tell me, what became of the others? Dear gods, these wounds were not intended to kill, but to torture and maim? Does their savagery know no bounds? Enemies or no, they go too far. I dread to think what may have become of the two who remain unaccounted for. I pray that they haven't suffered the same evil fate. At the very least, one of my men came back alive, and for that I owe you my thanks. The price we paid was dear, but we have the intelligence we need. Even as we speak, the Admiral finalized the details of the operation. The war horns will sound at any moment now. Be ready to sally forth when they do. We're almost close to Leviathan. Thrice damned fishback bastards. I'll kill them slowly and then chase their rotten souls through all 7 hells. Peace, Commander. We are here for a purpose, and vengeance is not it. I want your mind on the task at hand, savvy? My apologies, Admiral. You may count on me to keep a clear head. Good. According to our sole surviving scout, the Sahagin and their thralls have already begun to amass at the Aetherite in the depths of Sepsa. If we are to act, it must be now. The men are ready, but await your orders, Admiral. As predicted, the Sahagin have that insecurity in and around the spawning grounds. A frontal assault is like to be met with fierce resistance. But we are not so artless as that, Commander. We shall divide our forces and strike them hard and fast at key locations. Remember, our ultimate objective is to take the Sapsa Aetherite and eliminate the Sahagin priest presiding over the summoning. We are not here to kill them all. The Maelstrom shall engage and distract the Sahagin legion of drowned pirates at the Serpent's Tongue. Commander? You have charge over this effort, but be mindful that the lay of the land here is devilish for attacking forces. Let the foreign levy spearhead the assault and have subsequent units fan out to cover their flanks. At the selfsame moment, a diversionary squadron formed of galleons from the Crimson Fleet shall harry the enemy from offshore. In likewise, we Scions shall form smaller units in hopes of confusing the Sahagin defensive effort. Kyou and Y'shtola, the two of you are to make your way to the site of the summoning ritual. The Admiral's diversion shall serve to thin the enemy's defenses, rendering your path less perilous. A small party, I believe, should be able to win through without drawing unwanted attention. Thancred and Yugiri, your missions are to lure as many Sahagin as possible out of the spawning grounds. Having done so, take your heels and circle around and join the infiltration units of Y'shtola and Kyou. When all has been set in motion, I myself shall cut a path to the Aetherite, accompanied by Lady Minfilia as was agreed. Well, don't let me keep you, friends. To battle. When last did we fight side by side, Kyou? Too long ago, I warrant, but come, let us away. This way. Let's fight our way there. When we actually beat Leviathan, we'll be about done with this version of the patch. Pray do not concern yourself to us but a glancing blow. Come, the address close ahead, let us press on. Damn them, they have made thralls of soldiers and civilians both.
Did I miss much? So that is how you fight in the Far East. Mental note, pick no quarrel with Domans. But seriously, if I am to keep up, I must needs
hold on one second, guys. I'll be right back.
I hate him so much. Yeah, I'm not even here. Alright, I'm back. Today's the day that we're not deleting this character. What's going on, AJ? That man did a Power Ranger slash.
To the Aetherite.
Two people dual wielding daggers, a guy with an axe, and some chick holding up a branch.
you'll forgive me my lateness.
I've been something of a liability of late, I know. 'Tis high time I set about making amends.
Long have you shriveled Swordwalker, tormented our kind. But no more! Your time is at an end! You shall perish with salt in your wounds and sea in your lungs. Lord of the world, hearken to our plea. Lord of the world, deliver us from our misery.
Do you feel that?
I know this sensation. It's the echo.
What? Such power! It is transcendent!
Seven hells.
Strike me down if you will. It is futile. I have mastered the gift. I am eternal. Oh, mighty Leviathan, ruler of the seas, born of waters primordial, I offer unto you this frail flesh, that you might grant your faithful servants deliverance. I beseech you, come forth!
Die, damn you!
She's just gonna go to another one.
Foolish Shorewalker! You cannot kill that which is eternal!
Heavens fulfilled.
Damn it all!
My being ebbs away. It should by right be infinite. Am I not immortal? Curse you, emissary! You promised me everlasting.
My card's like, fuck, not another one.
Where did he go?
What say you? Nary a single ship? Hells take that sea demon. Gather the survivors and get to shore. Leave the wrecks for the pirates. Leviathan wastes no time. The diversionary squadron is lost. For a mercy, 'twould seem the Primal now makes for open sea. But why does he not press his advantage? Unless... God save us. He means to unleash a tidal wave.
That's not good. Understand I speak of no normal wall of water. That which Leviathan makes ready to conjure carries more destructive power than aught seen in nature. Enough to raise entire coastal settlements. If its last attempt is any guide, we cannot suffer history to be repeated, yet how in the seven hells are we to prevent it? Though our plight cries out of action, we must take thought. So long as the Leviathan remains in the open sea, he is effective beyond our reach. Our fleet is second to none, of what you may be sure, but Limlane herself would struggle to best the Lord of the World in his element. In a straight fight, he would make meat and match wood of us. We need another plan, that much is plain. Let us return to Limsa and see if we cannot think of one. I shall await you in the command room. We have 4 total missions before this patch is done. I missed the thing. You're expected in the command room. Pray do not keep the Admiral waiting.
There used to be a hamlet beyond South Tidegate in western Lanosha. Hearthstone, it was called. Some years prior to the Maelstrom's founding, Leviathan rose from the briny depths and set about unleashing watery hell upon us. On that occasion, the company of heroes put him down before he could do too much damage. But when the bastard came next, this time in the wake of the calamity, we were not so fortunate. Weary of ravaging our shoreline, he summoned a tidal wave which fair leveled Hearthstone and washed the soil away for good measure.
The area was subsequently occupied by the Sahagin.
Aye, the thrice-damned creatures transformed it into a spawning ground for their brood. Given the quantity of crystals stolen to feed him and his legion of thralls, we can be fairly sure that Leviathan is stronger now than in his previous incarnations. If that sea demon is left to wreak havoc, what befell Hearthstone may well befall a larger settlement, even Limsa. That cannot happen. The Primal must be stopped.
That was ever our objective, Admiral. But how are we to achieve it? The sea is Leviathan's uncontested domain. The ships of the 3rd Squadron could not close to within 100 yards of the Primal, nor could their cannons pierce his defenses.
I have read the reports, Master Thancred. Our warships may as well have been bloody pleasure barges for all the good they did. 7 hells! Is there no way that we might strike back?
The company of heroes defeated Leviathan, having first lured him into an inlet, but we must needs contend with him upon the open sea. It will avail us little to consult past experience.
Admiral, if I may.
Speak freely, Marshal.
By all accounts,
Speak.
Leviathan's most formidable weapon is the very sea itself. Waves and whirlpools, tides and currents, all these things are his to command. The key to victory, I believe, lies in disarming our foe. This, in effect, is what the company of heroes achieved with their ruse. We cannot lure Leviathan from the sea a second time. But what if we could weaken his hold upon the element of water? I have heard of devices capable of such wonders. They draw upon the power of corrupted crystals, I am told. If mounted upon a ship, such a device might be used to prevent Leviathan from bringing the full force of the sea to bear against us, rendering him no more dangerous than any other sea serpent.
Of course! Sid built a similar device to grant the Enterprise safe passage through Garuda's Tempest, did he not?
Begging your pardon, my lady, but to give credit where it's due, this is something I heard from an old arcanist friend of mine.
It makes little difference who thought of it first, so long as it works. Beg the specifications of this device from your friend, and I shall pass them on to our people at Nalvik and Vermelis. But before we proceed any further, I would voice one concern. Piercing Garuda's defenses is one thing. Suppressing Leviathan's attacks, quite another. In matters of science, I am as a babbling babe, but I cannot well imagine that such a feat would be possible without a veritable mountain of corrupted crystals. The question being, do we have a ship big enough to bear such a burden?
Mayhap not, Admiral, but two might. Recall you the tale of Mistbeard's greatest haul? It is said that he lashed two ships together, side by side, the better to bear his plunder. By your leave, we might attempt to repeat the trick. The gods know it would be quicker than building a new vessel.
Mistbeard did this. Truly, Marshal, upon the subject of the Pirate King, you are as a scholar.
Now, from what I have gleaned of these matters, the device will need to be in close and constant proximity to the target. To wit, we must lash our twin vessel to Leviathan. This in itself will be no small feat. Ramming speed will be required, but given the weight of the cargo, that will only be attainable with the aid of a towing vessel. Suffice it to say, the task of piloting said vessel will entail considerable danger, and I would not ask it of another. I volunteer myself.
It will be dangerous for all involved, but we have no better recourse. Very well. Commodore, assemble the remnants of the fleet at Morabie Bay. Give priority to our soundest vessels. The repairs can wait. Storm Marshal Slafirson, command of the operation is yours. I want that twin vessel ready to sail post-haste.
At once, Admiral.
And then there is
that
the
face
small
for?
matter of slaying the beast. The fate of Limsolo Minsa rests upon your shoulders once again. Go well, warrior of light.
Yukiri. Beings held as gods also exist in what you call the Far East. Legend tells that they walked among us in days of yore, but I confess that I never truly believed them. That I should live to behold one is humbling and horrifying in equal measure. Now that I've come face to face with a primal, I do begin to understand why the Garleans fear them so. What is it? A message, Admiral. I judged it best that I deliver it at once. I'm listening. According to the Yellow Jackets, a man has appeared to claim to have defeated Leviathan. One of the company of heroes? Details are yet hazy, Admiral. We have dispatched one of our own to question the individual. I'm disinclined to put any store by his claim, and even should it be true, it is as Y'shtola said. None save the company of heroes have bested Leviathan, and we know how they went about it. If this man is of their number, what could he tell us that we do not know already? And yet, having wagered limbs of survival on 2 ships, some rope, and a pile of crystals, can we afford to ignore this man? This testimony could yield us any manner of advantage should we not hear it? Damn it all. The twin vessel will soon be ready. We have no time to wait for the Maelstrom report on this supposed Primal Slayer's claims. Kyou, seek him out and learn what he knows. At the very least, it will spare you the torment of waiting for the reckoning in idleness. The man you're looking for is believed to be a resident of the Great Fleet in Lower Nonoska. The storm pirates sent to question him should already be in the vicinity. May your journey prove fruitful. Tempest Gate. Tell us what you know. Now look here, you'll have your bloody story right after you carry those sack of grains over to the mill. But sir, that's what you said before you had me pick those oranges for you. And before I mucked out the chocobo stable, and before I rolled that millstone over to the mill, and also before... Not this guy again. Gods, man, I've worked 3 days straight without a wink of sleep. 3 days, and do you hear me complaining? But I suppose some of us are just ain't made for the rougher stuff. Alright, I'll give you what you want. Never said that old tactile generous soul. Now prick up your ears, because I won't be repeating myself. Too modest, see? Besides, there's only so much epicness a man can take in one sitting, you keen? The tale of Tractum's epic victory over the dread primal Leviabitus. Now Leviabitus is huge, make no mistake. To give you an idea how big each of his scales is about as wide across members' longs. And that's no mean feat, let me tell you. When I fought him, I could barely see for all the brine he was pelting me with. Must have been a lagoon's worth at least. He knocked me trusty axe out of my hands at one stage. Of course, that proved to be a grave mistake. What happened next? Why, I grabbed him by the tail and tied him up in knots, but not wanting to take all the work for myself, I let my mates in the company heroes handle the rest. Like I said, I'm modest as well as heroic, mayhaps too modest. Now, there's some say you can never truly beat Leviathan, but you got to learn to live with him and make the best of bad situations. Not the company, though. Again, you? Oh, it's you! I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. I was just drawing the attention. That is all. I take back everything I said. I didn't even say it. He's a yo. Come on, say. I was never part of the company of heroes. I'm no marauder. I'm actually a complete coward. I'm nothing. I'm a chocobo dung. Now I'm the maggots you find wriggling in chocobo dung. I have to lie to women and tumble them, and that don't happen much. My member's tiny. It's pathetic. I'm sure as hell didn't fight Leviathan, but I have seen him with my own eyes. 'Twas a fair years back when I was working as a baker's hand. I was shirking my duties one day, loitering about the harbor when I saw it. A great big massive sea serpent some miles off the coast, with a fleet of galleons making straight for it, cannons firing. I was so bloody scared I soiled myself right there and then. What? Oh gosh, just remembering that day made me soil myself all over again. Hey, wait, if you're asking about after Leviathan, that means you're planning to fight him, ain't you? Well, take care, he really is terrible, dreadful, I tell you. If you're not careful, you'll end up in his gullet or at the bottom of the sea. Why, you worthless lying horseman. I can't believe you made me handle chocobo dung. Kyou, this has been failure. Were you able to learn all of the use against Leviathan? I beg your pardon, Leviathan. I see, that is unfortunate. At any rate, I have tidings for you. The twin vessel is now complete. We wait you at the Morbay dry docks. Pray make your way here as soon as you're able to. Alright, hold on. Give me a quick second. I'm gonna run to the restroom real quick.
I'm back. Sorry about that. Gosh, these AJ finishing before Dawn Tron new character as well. Age is like a whole expansion ahead of me though. Told you're drawn to the grave fleet proved fruitless. My sympathies, lad. A wager served to take your mind off the events of recent days, though. But enough of that nonsense. The moment of truth is upon us. The twin vessel, the World Eater, I call her, is complete, and she surpasses all my expectations. In addition to her prodigious tonnage, she has been fitted with a platform that you and yours might maneuver freely in battle. I would mention, although she is nigh unsinkable, but I'm not one to tempt fate. The Horror Leader and her crew stands ready, my friend. Just give word and we shall bear you to Leviathan. Ah, I know that look. You are ready. Having been constructed in some haste, the World Leader may not be pretty, but I assure you she's capable. She has been fitted with what our friends in Naldic and Villamies are calling an elemental converter. Assuming the word thing works, it will use the power of the corrupted crystals on board to rob Leviathan of his hold over water. Depending on how the battle unfolds, you may well need to activate the device manually. Keep that in mind. What's that noise? One second. It's expected that the Sagan and their thralls will attempt to come to Leviathan's defense. Accordingly, the Maelstrom will once again employ diversions. Dankred and Y'shtola, I would have you assist in this effort. If it's to fulfill this purpose, your diversionary force must not want for numbers. By your leave, I too would volunteer my blade. We'll welcome it. Having seen you fight in Sapspa, I dare say the Fishback will have your presence highly diverting. Dankred and Y'shtola, if you would join the third levy and Lady Yugiri the fifth. But what words have I for the man who has made a sport of slaying gods? Only these: go warily, for the sea is an unforgiving place to wage war. May the navigator guide you through the storm, warrior of light. I would echo the Admiral's sentiments and add a few words of mine own. Know that we all have the utmost faith in you, Kyou. May the crystal bless and keep you. Okay. Typhoon. I don't need a ship. I can just fly. Ah. Mm. It's a bit for healers. Oh, every time I look at it. Leviathan. Okay, back to Limza. Knowing the urgency of your business, I thought I'd be best to refrain from main conversation during your past few visits. But today I will permit myself a few words. I feel truly privileged to have had the honor of meeting a hero such as you. You are an inspiration to us all, sir, and on top of that note, the Admiral waits you in the command room. Wink.
we Lominsons are sworn to strive, till sea swallows all. And swallow all it would have had Leviathan prevailed. That we still strive now, we owe in no small part to you. Not for the first time, you have delivered Limsa Lominsa from the wrath of a primal. Never has our nation known a stouter ally. On behalf of my people, I give you my humblest thanks. 'Tis meet that I give thanks to old Mistbeard, too, for his fine solution. Whatever else he may have been, 'tis clear he was a resourceful soul. Would that I had a man like him in my service.
Before I set foot in these lands, I had no inkling that the people of Eorzea contended with such mighty foes. Suffice it to say, their existence came as something of a shock, as did the idea that they could be defeated. This experience has served to remind me of the vastness of the world and the boundless potential of man. Though I am but a refugee in this realm, I would fain be of use to you in your fight. Know that I am tutored in one of the foremost combat arts of the Far East. It may seem outlandish to the Eorzean eye, but should any of your people care to learn, I would be pleased to initiate them.
And I will see to it that they are grateful. I have no doubt that your knowledge and skills will serve us well. Besides, your art is not so outlandish as you think. Would you not agree, Master Thancred?
Naught escapes your searching eye, Admiral. Few are privy to this information, but Limsa Lominsa is home to a certain secret fraternity. Its members are trained in a form of combat not unlike your own. By my judgment, it should not be beyond such individuals to adapt to the techniques I witnessed you employing with such admirable deftness.
I am heartened to hear this. I too noted a kinship between your style and mine own, though it seemed to me that you fought differently in the beginning.
I suppose I did. What can I say? I'm a man of many talents.
Though you may labor to believe it, Thancred was once something of a scoundrel who fraternized with the criminal class in these parts.
Yestola! You jest, of course.
But for a chance encounter with Alphino's grandsire, he might never have left Limsa Lominsa, or received an education in Sharlayan, or taken up his post in Uldar, which is where he trained in the blade, lest you wonder.
Nymphilia, please!
It would seem there is more to you than meets the eye, Master Thancred.
Lady Yugiri, I am told that you and yours came to Eorzea seeking permanent resettlement, and that many domins have since been engaged as frontier hands at Revenant's Toll. Morderna is many things, but a place of refuge it is not. Know that I would like nothing better than to furnish your people with a new home here on Lominsan soil. Alas, racked by instability as we are, our nation is in no fit state to take you in. Yet I'll not have it said that we turned a blind eye to your suffering. Until such time as we can do more, I pledge to send provisions.
We are in your debt, Admiral. I realize that it scarce qualifies as repayment. But if it please you, I shall set about sharing my martial knowledge with your people at once.
You wished a word in private.
Signifilia, not in front of everyone else.
History repeats itself, Admiral. As the kobolds did before them, the Sahagin resorted to summoning their god over a territorial feud. They acted in self-preservation. It may be that the Sahagin initiated this particular clash, but how it begins does not interest me so much as how it ends.
I have not forgotten our conversation, Y'shtola. I am aware that man bears part of the blame for the Primal's existence. Nor am I ignorant of the Sahagin's reason for acting. They sought to secure a place to breed and multiply that their kind might survive. Self-preservation, as you say. But we have as much right to live and thrive as they. If our own survival is threatened, are we to lay down our arms and welcome oblivion? Nay.
Nay, exactly.
And so you kill, that you might live. Yet if living is a right, then that right belongs to all peoples, be they men or beastmen.
I'll not deny your reasoning. But when a storm gathers, it falls to me to see my people safely through it. That is my duty, and I shall do it.
As must we all, Admiral. Stay the course, then. But know that it will lead to no good end.
Man has ever put himself first and foremost. To justify his actions, he clads himself in the armor of righteousness, though it be a fancy of his own making. In this, mayhap the Garleans and we Domans are not so different.
Eorzea has become as a raging sea. If we are to keep our heads above the waves, we cannot scruple to drown the man next to us. When hopes of coexistence founder, strength must determine who has the greater right to live.
New method for today. Okay, so that leaves this one more mission, and then 2.2 is done. The Admiral has informed me of the arrangement. I'm in my keeping a letter of instruction for Lady Yukiri. To the south stands the gate leading to a pier for smaller fishing vessels. Look, my friend has conspicuous here man there and present the letter to him. He serves as a gatekeeper of sorts. Now, before you go, I am obliged to remind you that the members of the fraternity to which you would be introduced abide in the shadows of limits in society. They value their independence more highly than pirates, and we are united by our bond strong and mid-rule. To wit, they are invariably wary of new faces. To be penned by the Admiral himself, mere words of parchment will get you only so far in their confidence. You must work for the very ounce of trust they place in you. But here's the letter. Go to the aforementioned place and show it to the aforementioned man. Oh, and good luck. Okay, so I'm not going where I thought I was going to go. Where am I going? So I thought that was going like the Rogues Guild. Got business with me, venture? So you're the man the Admiral sent word of. I was hoping I might catch a glimpse of Thancred too. Been a while since I saw a shy eating grin. But what with all the dew-eyed wenches about, I expect you guys hands full. Ah, and you must be the Far Easterner what Merlin says wants to train with us. Welcome to Limsa, my lady. I am Yugiri of Doma. 'Tis an honor to make your acquaintance. I must confess, when I first learned of your organization, I had certain preconceptions as to the nature of your membership. It would seem I was mistaken. You're not the first person to say that, lass. Limsa is a city of pirates. To be sure, and pirates don't give two farts about keeping a spotless reputation. They hardly need a secret society to do their dirty work. Might be as my people and I keep to the shadows, but we've got nothing to be ashamed of. It's simply better for business that we remain unseen. And so you have developed fighting techniques suited for this purpose, I see. Know that the practitioners of my art too are denizens of shadow. 'Tis in stealth that our strength lies. There's much we might learn from one another, I think. Then what in the seven hells are we waiting for? If you'd come with us, you Getty of the What's It, we can get acquaintances in more private surrounds. Ha, that didn't come out right, did it? Master Kyou, I shall remain with these people for a time, that I might study their ways. Though I am aloft to be separated from my countrymen, I take solace in the knowledge that they are in the best of hands. You have been a true friend of us Domans. No word would suffice to express my gratitude. Ere long, I hope to begin imparting my martial knowledge to the people of Eorzea. When that time comes, it will be my honor to welcome you as a student. Much and more has occurred since first I beheld Eorzea for the galleon's deck. Suffice it to say, I did not envisage being invited to play a part in your noble struggle. But forgive me, I kept you over long. Doubtless you have pressing business of your own. Rest assured that I no longer require an escort in this land. When next you meet Lady Minfilia, pray relay to her my humblest thanks. Would that I could too do so in person, but I must needs fulfill my promise to the Admiral. Till we meet again, Warrior of Light. Writing stones.
I have been reflecting upon the events which took place during our visit to Vilbrand. If you have a moment, I would share my conclusions with you. Please, bear with me. When the Sahagin Elder summoned Leviathan, he employed the power we have come to know as the Echo. Though I cannot well explain the how of it, it would seem he became immortal in so doing. When the Admiral subsequently slew him, his spirit emerged from his lifeless flesh, a consciousness shorn of physical form. Thus transfigured, he took up residence in the body of his minion with the ease of a man donning a favorite glove. Long have I known that the Echo allows one to pass through the walls of a man's soul, but never did I imagine that it could free us from our own flesh, nor less that our souls could then occupy the next corporeal vessel to take our fancy. It was of this that Elidibus spoke, an existence which knows neither cessation nor oblivion. And yet, though the Sahagin had mastered his gift and thereby become immortal, he was by no means invulnerable. As we both bore witness, he was ultimately absorbed into Leviathan. And the import of this observation? If the Ascians' mode of existence is indeed the same, it can be inferred that they too are not invulnerable, that they can be destroyed. There exists a legend which tells of souls who are reborn upon the cusp of each umbral calamity, that they might stay the encroaching darkness. To most, it is but a fairy tale, yet recent events have given me cause to wonder, could the legend in fact refer to the Echo? Much and more yet remains unknown, but I am confident that all will become clear in time. For the present, however, what matters is that the key to defeating the Ascians may at last be within sight. With Urianger's aid, it is my hope that I shall fathom this matter ere long.
Uh-oh.
Oh, I was just about to send for you, my friend. Is Artemis?
Grave tidings from the Sharlayan motherland, my lady. It doth concern our distant allies, the students of Baldessian.
What of them?
My lady, the Isle of Val, which for many years hath been the Order's home, is no more.
No more? Whatever do you mean?
I relate only that which hath been conveyed unto me by our agents. An etheric wave of the highest magnitude was recorded in the region. Soon thereafter, 'twas observed that the isle had ceased to be. 'Tis postulated that a magic was evoked, like in power to Ultima.
12 preserve.
Fuck. A whole ass island.
If there are no other matters, I move that today's meeting be adjourned.
It is done, my lord. Forgive my impertinence, my lord, but these orders, I am uncertain as to what end they serve.
Revolution.
Revolution. Time is it? 53, it's 5. 3:53. We streamed for almost 4 hours.
No, I think it's a good place to call it. We finished now patch all the way up until 2.2. So this quest that we're going to be getting will be starting 2.3. And if you're wondering, there's 2.3, 2.4, 2.5, and then 2.55. So, and after that, then we begin to Heaven's Ward. So somewhere in 2.3, it's where John had stopped. Intriguing. But yeah, I'm gonna call it right there. I do appreciate everyone for stopping by and watching, as always. Let me see if there's a stream I can send you guys to that is not Elden Ring, and things are not looking too great. So I am sending you to Elden Ring, sadly. But yeah. Yeah, everything's Elden Ring. There's nothing I can do about it. It's like, listen, at least I looked, I tried. So I'm gonna send you guys over to Floods. I'll be back on Tuesday with more of Paper Mario. And I believe by the end of the week, we should be, I think, done with Paper Mario as well. So, you know, interesting stuffs as always. But yeah, hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your Sunday night and enjoy your Monday tomorrow. Bye.